Hey YouTube. So I recently watched a YouTube video by Captain Sparkles. The lawsuit that could destroy YouTube is the title of the video. It is Gonzales versus Google. Essentially, the YouTube algorithm had pushed a few videos that were potentially illegal about some bad stuff. And now YouTube isn't liable for what people upload because they're not strictly directly a publisher. There's a whole clause in the U.S. law about that. So, like, if I upload something illegal, uh, I could be taken to court and sued, but YouTube can't. But you think about somebody like a newspaper who is a publisher, they can be sued because they are directly publishing this content. And so, with this case, there was some stuff that was promoted by the algorithm until it was taken down. At least I hope it was taken down. And we're now questioning should YouTube be counted as a publisher because of the algorithm pushing this stuff. That's essentially where it goes, and there's bigger implications, and do sites like these need algorithms, which they kind of do. I want to show a comment right here by CJ. So what if it was split into two sections? A section where you were shown completely random videos, and a section where people you subscribe to can manually, maybe automatically, recommend videos. Not YouTube, or maybe even a friends list thing. People can be, and actually kind of already are, in the algorithm. It would just need to be made more direct. So I think that's a very interesting comment, CJ. Essentially, I feel like that could work. Especially if the random section was literally just random stuff. Because right now, algorithm tries to increase watch time. And so stuff that is good is going to get more watch time and be increased and blah, blah, blah. It's the algorithm, right? You could have a similar effect with people. I don't know how well it would work. Some people complain about the algorithm beforehand, but I do kind of agree that a lot of these sites do need some form of an algorithm to show you things that you're actually interested in. I am sure that a lot of the stuff that I have discovered this year is from the algorithm recommending things that from channels I might not watch before, showing me cool stuff that I would enjoy. I like this sort of a thing. Google, the search engine, has all of these different things in place to show me content that might be more relevant to me when I'm doing a Google search, and I like that. I will use other search engines when I'm looking for something that's really hard to find, that for some reason I can't, for various things. Or when I think Google may be suppressing certain results from me, then I'll try DuckDuckGo, take a gander on Bing. I've even used Yandex a couple of times, which Yandex is essentially a Russian search engine, Russian Google. But time and time again, I like Google. I like the way that it displays results. I like the way that it shows me things. So for just most of my searching, I don't use DuckDuckGo. I don't use these other search engines. They're just not as good. And, like if I ever ask my mom to search something, like especially when I didn't have like my own computer during the pandemic because it was down. Well, I had an old Windows XP laptop. I'm not going on the internet with that. I would go to my mom and ask her to look up something for me really quickly. Hey, can you Google that? She would duck, duck, go. And I'm like, no, I asked for Google. I just like the way Google does it. So going back to the main topic a little bit here, thinking about this, it becomes the big question. So, what are we censoring with all these rules, and what's being suppressed? And it's a slippery slope. I think this was with my real dad. My mom was saying that she talked to him about, like, why don't we just block all the porn and stuff? But it's kind of a gray area. And then what else can be censored? And you censor more and more. And yes, that is all true. But for just a moment, forget about that. Put that out of your mind. Don't think about that. Forget about what we're censoring and think about the fact that we are censoring things. And we can just be very plain simple and say illegal stuff. For now, all we're doing is what's illegal in the US. But don't even think about what it is, okay? Just think about that we are censoring it. So now we come down to the question of, should YouTube be liable for this stuff that the algorithm's serving? And I think no, if they can be proven that they're actually taking care of stuff. If there is some stuff that was uploaded that was illegal, and for some reason their system decided to promote it. Because based on some of these comments here on the Sparkles video, there's also the question of, like, why did it promote that? Did it detect it? But a system's not perfect. It's not going to find everything just right. So first of all, we just need to look at, are they actually taking action against it? Has it been removed at the time of lawsuit? Not necessarily because the lawsuit, but, were they actually working on getting rid of the illegal content? If yes, they shouldn't be as liable. They shouldn't be held for as large of a fine. It should be a smaller fine if they're being held liable. Or, sorry, if they actually took care of and removed the content. But if it's something where they can be proven that they weren't actually working on the solution, that they weren't actually trying to get rid of the stuff, then they should be held more liable. And this is very good because if we make them exempt, then they can just flag whatever they want and get rid of it, and there's not a lot of ground for free speech, and they can suppress stuff, and people couldn't sue them for suppressing things if they're not really liable. But if they are liable, then it brings up bigger questions of, is the algorithm going to stay around? Because one of the things Captain Sparkles mentioned is a lot of people could just sue them for so much stuff if they see anything that's being promoted temporarily, even if they're going to remove it and they just haven't gotten to that yet. They could be sued for a lot of stuff and cause problems and put them out of business. So I think they should only be held liable if they were not already working on removing said content and making their system better at detecting and noticing it. But they should also still be available to be sued if they are suppressing stuff that shouldn't be suppressed. There's a bunch of things I can think of that shouldn't be suppressed, but I'm not going to mention any specifics here because that would just turn into an argument down in my comments section, and this video isn't about those things. That's not the issue. So again, forget about what's being suppressed. Think about the fact that we are suppressing things and that we do have to suppress and take care of some stuff. Because think about on the internet, if there's some things that are potentially illegal, they could lead to more illegal stuff. They can lead, in some cases, not every case, but they can lead to people actually, taking physical action and doing things in real life. And so sometimes you might not think that content on the internet can have consequences in the real life and cause people to actually do things. And so I hate to use this word, but there could be information that might be presented as purely information, but then it causes people to act a certain way and it affects people, much like in real life, someone actually going around beating people up would affect people, and so you have to take care of the content. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully a lot of people find this useful. I doubt that it will get, very far. I mean, Captain Sparkles himself said that he's pretty low on the YouTube totem pole, but even he got invited to a call with a bunch of other YouTubers and creators. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked any of the video, leave a like down below. Share this with friends and family. We need to get people aware about this. I think YouTube should be able to be held accountable for some of the things that they've done and, some of the suppression. But at the same time, we need to have the balance where they're not held so accountable for just every little thing that they get sued out of existence. Now, subscribing. Check out the variety of other stuff that I do, because this is just an every once in a while thing where I talk about stuff. But, on that note, I'll see you guys in whatever's next, which, since we mentioned Captain Sparkles, I do Minecraft as well. So go check that out and some of my short films and things, and I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye!